So as you see by the title, if you are a sweet perfume lover, you're gonna want to stay around for this video because today I have my roundup here of my favorite sweet, decadent, just absolutely deliciously girly perfumes that make people do a double take. These are perfumes guaranteed to get you compliments. So if you want to smell sweet and delicious but not basic, this is my roundup for just that. Starting off with my new obsession, Double Dates from Skyler. Skyler has quickly become one of my favorite fragrance brands, especially for the way that they do gourmands. On top of the fact that this is more of a clean perfume brand, there's no such thing as just a truly clean perfume, but they are a little bit better for you. They're made with better ingredients, they're cruelty free, just a lot of really good things. This video is not sponsored, by the way, but Double Dates, I absolutely love this scent. If you want a delicious, true, praline, sticky, caramel, ooey gooey date fragrance, this is gonna be it. Leah Kitab made this kind of honoring one of her favorite scents, which is Sticky Dates from Lush. If you watch some of her TikTok videos, she's made videos in the past kind of talking about her whole hygiene routine, and it's always centered around smelling really, really sweet and decadent and delicious. It's always been kind of centered around smelling like that Lush fragrance mist, which I personally have never really liked Lush, and especially that fragrance mist. I know I got a lot of hype for it being absolutely delicious. There's certain Lush scents where I kind of find them too earthy and it kind of throws me off, but this Double Dates is like the best version of an ooey gooey sweet indulgent date dipped and dunked in caramel. It is sweet on sweet on sweet, borderline maybe too sweet for a non-sweet lover. But if you want to truly smell sweet and you don't mess around with your sweet scents, definitely pick up Double Dates. In the notes on Fragrantica, this has brown sugar, dates, and toffee, but I know on the Skyler website it has a little bit more notes than that. It has some caramelines and just some more indulgent notes. I personally love this. I love the way that this kind of wears on the skin. It kind of starts off really kind of date focused, but when it fully dries down, it becomes this really smooth, delicious vanilla ice cream kind of scent. It's so, so good. I love this. I love Skyler scents, and actually I have 2 Skyler scents in this video, which gets me into talking about the next Skyler favorite that I have. Like I said, this video is not sponsored, but I just love this brand, and this is Boardwalk Delight. So if you grew up being a Aquilina Pink Sugar girly, this is pretty much the equivalent to that, but a million times better. Pink Sugar was a little bit more of like a burnt sugar cotton candy scent. It had that burntness, which I didn't always love, even though I did like Aquilina Pink Sugar. Being someone that has always loved sweet scents, I feel like it's the law that you at some point had that perfume. But Boardwalk Delight is more of a creamy cotton candy. There's no toasty burnt sugar, none of that in this perfume. It's not burnt at all. It actually literally just smells like creamy coconut milk, but cotton candy at the same time. I love the addition of coconut milk in any sweet perfume. It just adds that lactonic deliciousness to every one of these more sweeter scents, and the combo in here is absolutely to die for. There's also an airiness to this, so it's never really nauseating. Like, you could wear this around people that don't even like sweet scents and they'll still really love the way you smell. Whereas I feel like with Double Dates, you gotta be a little careful. This one's a little too sweet, so be careful. But with Boardwalk Delight, you can wear this anywhere and it's not offensive or anything. This has this gorgeous opening of this bright raspberry note, coconut milk, cotton candy, vanilla. It has solar notes, so it has this, I wouldn't say aquatic vibe, but it just has that summer day on a boardwalk, and maybe off into the distance people are spraying sunscreen, so you get that coconutty scent, but then you're also, you know, eating cotton candy. I love Boardwalk Delight. So good. Literally smells like cotton candy ice cream. Next one. This one's super, super underrated. I don't think many people know about this, but if you want a really good creamy coconut cream pie kind of scent, then you're gonna want to grab the Pacifica Indian Coconut Nectar scent. Now, what happened with this scent is they used to have this scent in a different packaging which looked like this, which I love this as well, but this was more of like a sunscreeny, beachy, tropical coconut. Somewhere along the way, they reformulated it, and this is now the new Indian Coconut Nectar. And as we all know, usually with reformulations, they get worse, but this is one of those rare times where the reformulation is almost better than the original, because this just became more lactonic, more gourmand. This went from being a sunscreeny, sunbum coconut scent to now a coconut cream pie. So definitely pick up Indian coconut nectar, especially if you love coconut but you don't like to smell like sunscreen. They even changed up the notes in here, which obviously makes sense because it smells way different. And here now you have coconut water, coconut sugar, vanilla, whipped cream, almond, amber. So there's a little bit more of those decadent notes while still having that like tiara flower and those beachy elements that were also in the OG. There's just more gourmandness happening in here overall. So if you want to smell like a coconut cream pie, Indian coconut nectar is the way to go. I feel like not many people know about that scent, especially about the new formulation, but definitely get it. And it's like $20. Like Skyler, I also really love Kayali. These are my two most absolute favorites for delicious gourmands. I love vanilla 28 as well, but that's more of like a sexy woodsy vanilla, whereas these are gonna be delicious gourmands. You have Yum Pistachio Gelato, which is literally a pistachio ice cream scent. It's got keynotes of pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. Absolutely delicious. Has that pistachio, but it's not too nauseating. It's not sickly sweet because there's an airy quality about it. Just creamy, delicious pistachio gelato. And then following that is Yum Bougie Marshmallow. This is absolutely my marshmallow scent of my dreams. This quite literally smells like you just freshly opened a bag of pink marshmallows. It has that pinkness, the marshmallow powder. It's so sweet, sugary in the best way. It smells so good. It smells like a strawberry shortcake. It's so girly. This may be a little bit more on the juvenile end for Kayali. Usually they do their gourmands a little bit more sexy, but this one is gonna be a little girly, and I'm okay with that. I love a nice girly scent. I grew up with all the Ariana Grande, like Ari, Sweet Like Candy, and those kinds of scents, so this is now my grown-up version of those, and I absolutely love it. With keynotes of freesia, strawberry, pink marshmallow, creamy coconut, whipped vanilla, and pink musk. You can now also smell like a delicious pink marshmallow. This next one is kind of more of an oldie, but still a goodie, and I hope that this is still around and hasn't been discontinued. But this comes from MAC, and that is Candy Yum Yum. This, when I first got it, kind of threw me off because when you first look at the notes in here, you get really delicious candy-like notes. You have guava, iris flower, cotton candy, vanilla. I was expecting to open this and just smell straight up cotton candy, and that's not what I got. So at first, it almost disappointed me, and I'm like, I don't like it. And then I started wearing it, and it quickly turned into something so good. Definitely not what I was expecting, but ended up being better. This is one of my most complimented scents. My husband loves this. There was a time in my life where I was wearing this as like my designated nighttime, like bedtime scent. I don't know why, because there's nothing about this that's like bedtime. It's actually just such a good, just daytime scent. But for some reason I was wearing it to bed, and my husband would literally be cuddling and just digging into my neck, telling me I smelled like delicious candy. This smells literally like guava candy more than anything. I thought it was going to be more cotton candy forward, which is where I was kind of misled, but it's actually more guava candy, which also made me fall in love with guava after loving this scent. It's more like guava candy with a hint of sugary cotton candiness, deliciousness, vanilla, really pink smelling, and it just smells like a nice Barbie scent, which you know I love. Then I have Vanille from Outremer. Now this is a pretty basic scent because there's only two notes in here, and those are vanilla and cotton candy. I thought this was only gonna have vanilla because I mean there's nothing about this that looks like cotton candy, but I guess the cotton candy really kind of intensifies that vanilla, and I find that really true in this because it has that sugary cotton candy scent, but it's mainly a vanilla bean, vanilla extract scent. It smells like vanilla ice cream. I don't know if you remember from being a kid, but sometimes you would have like a big old cone of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and you would get it just like all over your mouth. That like sticky ice cream kind of residue was like all over your mouth, and you would kind of get whiffs of it, and it was like sweet and sugary. So this scent is so nostalgic to me because it reminds me of just that sort of really specific childhood memory of just having ice cream all over my face, and I love a good just standard vanilla scent. That's exactly what this one is. So if you also want just a really good vanilla, it's also really good for mixing. You can add this to any scent because it's kind of just a simple vanilla. So if you want to add vanilla to anything, you go ahead and add that, and it's absolutely delicious. Those are my top most favorite indulgent sweet scents. I have more, but I didn't want this list to be too long, otherwise this would literally be like a top 20 list. So I kind of picked out kind of like my more standout scents, but some honorable mentions would be I have right here Sweet Tooth from Sabrina Carpenter, which is like sweet, creamy, white chocolate. So delicious. But honestly, it's been a little replaced by my Bougie Marshmallow nowadays. But I still wear her from time to time, so I thought I'd talk about it. If you want a really light, sugary scent that's not too nauseating or screams sugar, this black sugar from Carez is really good because it has those gourmandy touches, but it's got an airiness to it. It doesn't pull too literal food-like, so it's not gonna get too much or offensive. And then also like Rare Beauty. Rare is a really good caramelly one, but I find that more like perfumey, not a total gourmand, so I didn't want to include it there. So those are just some honorable mentions. But yeah, those are my current most favorite delicious sweet perfumes, and I know the majority of you that watch my channel love sweet perfumes, so I'm sure you will love these perfumes. That is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.